Hello, fellow teachers. Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and today I'm going to be telling you about a full lesson plan. This lesson plan is geared towards the language arts classroom, and it is on the topic of poetry. So, if you are interested in learning about a fun poetry activity that you can do with your students, then please keep watching. Today's lesson plan is going to be something I like to call DJ for a day. Now, these letters have nothing to do with the lesson. They are my daughter's play letters, and I just thought they'd be a fun visual. For a DJ for a day, this is a lesson plan that assesses literary term knowledge. And so the background knowledge your students will need is some kind of knowledge on basic literary terms. So it can be simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, onomatopoeia, any of those. And what you do is you tell your students that they are going to come in and be the DJ for the day. Now, to do this lesson, here are the materials you're going to need. So I promise you this does not require a lot of prep time. The most prep time is going to be done by the students, so this is a lesson that you could pretty much go in and assign the next day. All you really need to do as the teacher is make some kind of maybe a form for them that has an example on it, or some kind of form that's an accountability sheet for them. And I will show you what I mean in a second. I will be putting a couple of screenshots up of the form that I made for my students whenever we did this. And I promise you that you'll love this lesson. It's so much fun. I love it, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. I saw this done somewhere else, and I kind of tweaked it, modified it, and made it my own. So what you do is you tell the students that they are going to be the DJ for the day. And what they do is they pick a song, or you can assign them a song if you want, if you're worried about them choosing an appropriate song for the classroom. But they choose a song that they know has a literary term in it. So they could pick a song that has a simile or a metaphor. And they come in and they get to do a fun introduction, like they're on a radio station or something. So our students came in and they were like, "Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to 102.4. My name is DJ such and such," and they can create like a creative DJ name. And they tell them, "Today I'm going to be playing, such and such song for you. And whenever you're listening to my song, I'm going to pause it. And the first caller in, which would be the first student to raise their hand, gets to win a brand new Kia," or something like that. And you tell them that they have to call in and identify the literary term that was used in this song. So it definitely assesses the knowledge of the student presenting, because they have to pick and choose correctly, obviously. And it also assesses the students who are listening, because they have to call in and identify the literary term. Just like on an actual radio station. If you call in and you have to name that song, or you have to identify something on the radio station, you have to do it correctly in order to win. So what they do is they do their intro, and then they play their song for about maybe 15 or 30 seconds, not the entire thing. And they make sure they play the part that includes their literary term in it. And then they will pause it, and they'll open the floor up to the audience, which is the rest of the students listening. And the students will raise their hand, and they get to identify what literary term was used. So for example, if it was me, I could say, "Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to 101.5. My name is DJ Heather, and today I'm going to be playing Rihanna's song for you, Diamond." And then I would play the song for a second. And if you've heard that song, in the beginning of the song, it repeats, "Shine bright like a diamond." So it repeats it like 4 or 5 times. So I could play that for my students and then pause it, because it is school appropriate. And they would have to identify a literary term. So they could pick repetition, because the line is repeated 4 or 5 times. And they could also pick simile, because she's comparing two unlike things using like or as. And that's another component to it as well, is whenever they identify what literary term is used, you most definitely want them to explain to you why that was a literary term. This is such a fun lesson. We like to call it DJ for a day. And the kids can come in and bring props. One kid actually had some little DJ turntables. He was into music a lot, so he brought those. One student just came in and had headphones around their neck, and it was just a nice touch. It was creative. Maybe they could wear their favorite band t-shirt, just something to kind of resemble the DJ persona. do it individually and just have them play short snippets to where every student is responsible for identifying the term in a specific song. And I would definitely encourage having them get their song approved by you as the teacher. Or if you want, they could be in groups, and each group could either have one song to present all together, or they each could individually present a different song and maybe have 2 or 3 people in a group at a time. Another recommendation is that the students who are listening have some kind of accountability sheet in front of them. So maybe it says, number 1, and then maybe you list the group members that are presenting, and then the second part to it could be what literary term was used, and then how was it used. So they could write down, in this song I heard personification, and it was used in this line. And so before the audience gets to call in, you might want to have them write down what literary term they heard and when they heard it, and explain why that is the term that they heard, because you don't want them just sitting there and maybe staring off or not listening, or just kind of sliding by and not saying anything all class, because this lesson's a lot of fun and you definitely want to encourage a lot of participation in this. So I hope you guys like this idea. I think it's a really great way to assess maybe at the end of a unit if you've been presenting poetry and you've done a lot of vocabulary or something like that. It might just be a nice way to incorporate a really artistic, kind of creative component to it. And this lesson I think it's really fabulous because it touches on so many of the multiple intelligences, which are, visual learners, spatial learners, musical learners, auditory, bodily kinesthetic. It touches on so many different things. It touches on some vocabulary comprehension. It touches on speaking and listening skills, which are Common Core standards. It also touches on oral presentations. They have to have a writing component. They're writing their things down, taking notes. So many different things. Also, for this lesson, it's not typically done in one day. I think if you have your students for maybe more than an hour, if your school does something like the block program where they're in there for 90 minutes or so, that you might be able to do this in a day, have them pick a song and then present it to the class. But I think it's more fun if it's done over the course of about 2 or 3 days. So you can present them the assignment and give them their handout, which that was what the picture was of, and then give them like a day to decide on their song, get their song approved by you, and then they can work in their groups or individually to plan their introduction, plan their song, or plan the order if they're in a group, and become prepared and maybe bring in a prop or two. And then that third day, like second or third day, you as a teacher can be set up too. So you can have your laptop hooked up to some speakers or have some kind of audio system that they can listen to the music through. And then you can have everyone come in and be prepared that day. That's their day to present and to be the DJ for the day. So I hope you like the DJ for a day idea. I hope that you can incorporate this into your classroom some way. You might be able to do this in several different subject areas. I personally have not. I have just used this in language arts for our poetry unit. But you can get creative. Now that you have the idea, you might be able to incorporate it in somewhere else. And if you do use this, please let me know. Please leave me a comment below, or I have all my information below, my email, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those fun things. Let me know how it goes. I would love to hear some feedback. Last thing, guys, I would like to pretty please ask you to subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much. I hope to give you great ideas and to inspire some teachers out there to incorporate some fun activities in their classroom, and to, like I always say, keep that passion, have new, innovative, fun ideas, and keep that fire burning in you about teaching. That is something I'm so passionate about, and I hope to transfer that to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you think this is helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up, and I will be posting another video shortly. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. But it is a language arts lesson. A lesson plan that I like to call DJ. Whoops. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know how it's going, and I will see you soon. See you.